welcome back to my channel. I hate long intros, so we're going to get right into it. I mentioned before that I made my friend Candace some dice for Christmas because she is a total dice goblin. One of the dice that I was able to make her was a D4. It starts off pretty much the same way that a D20 does, with some triangles. I went with the same green and gold colors that I used before because eventually, I don't know when, don't hold me to that, but eventually it will be a matching set, I hope. Okay, so to recap, I did use the same gold and green yarn for Candace, so it can be a matching set at some point. I don't know when. I also used that super perfect metallic gold paint, which I had kept for probably 2.5, maybe 3 years, and it just sat unopened. And I would look at it every once in a while and say, I really need to find a project for you, because now I'm just hoarding craft supplies. But I did find the perfect project, and I still have plenty left, so I can use it on other projects. I haven't used it since, but I am hopeful that I will soon. So this project wasn't super hard. I think the hardest part was probably sewing it together and making sure that my tension was consistent, because sometimes I just zone out when I'm crocheting, and especially with different pieces like this, you really have to kind of make sure that you're doing a consistent job, because if you have one that's got slightly tighter tension versus one that has slightly looser tension, you're going to end up with wonky seam lines, because one of them will be slightly larger and the other one will be slightly smaller. So that was pretty important to keep together. So I'm basically just making a pyramid. It's yeah, that's pretty much what what a D4 is. It's just a pyramid. There's nothing super exciting about it, but I do really like how it turned out. This particular part, the bottom part of the pyramid, was a little wonky because it felt like the triangle just didn't want to line up quite right. I did get it. It wasn't super hard after I fiddled with it a little bit. Yeah, I think that was probably the trickiest part, just getting everything to line up quite right. I did go over my whip stitch twice to create kind of an X sort of pattern with the stitches. I was trying to channel a sort of, I don't know, Dragon Age or Lord of the Rings type of feel, so that was kind of my inspiration. So after sewing this up almost entirely, I did stuff it. I just used regular polyfill. I hadn't quite been able to find the, what is it called? The polyfill joy fill, which I highly recommend if you can find it. I had some trouble finding it, but I did eventually get some, and I love it. It's so soft and so squishy. It reminds me of a Squishmallow, so I kind of feel like that would have been... I'm not so sure that using the joy fill would have been a great idea, because then Candace would just want to squish it instead of use it as an actual functioning die, but she can do both with this one. It does function. I did kind of play around with it a little bit at the end. I couldn't help it. I spent so long making this and kind of struggling a little bit with the design, because I kind of just went into it blind, you know, with a basic idea of what shapes I need to make and how it's constructed with, you know, that's kind of how I go through everything, with a basic idea and a general knowledge, and then I just kind of wing it. So that's what I did with this. I do highly, highly, highly recommend the Joy Fill if you can find it. I had to go to a couple different stores to find one, but I really, really like it. I feel like it just gives your plushies or your stuffed things an extra oomph that, you know, regular polyfill doesn't have. It's definitely like the Squishmallows, if you like those. It's very soft. So after I got everything sewn together, I pulled out this perfect gold paint, and I did have to look at my own D4 to check where the numbers went, because I just, for some reason, forgot and was like, oh no, I'm going to totally ruin this. One thing that was a little frustrating is I was so excited about this project, and I had to wait between, you know, painting sessions, because, you know, the paint has to dry. And that was just, tested my patience, because I was so excited. I absolutely love how it turned out. It is a little chunky in the middle, but I don't care. I think it's really cute. And it does function like a real D4, so I'm really happy with it. And Candace was really happy with it when I gave it to her. Um, I don't know how many dungeon masters will accept that, but I think it's good. I like it. So I hope you guys also enjoyed this video. And now that we're at the end of the video, I just wanted to say thank you so much for watching. I hoped that you enjoyed this little video. The D4 was super fun to make, and I hope that you enjoyed watching me make it. Don't forget to like this video if you liked it, subscribe if you'd like to see more, hit the bell button if you want to be notified when I upload next, and thank you again so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!